Drama Spot Reviews. Hello, fellow drama lovers, and welcome to Drama Spot, your new favorite destination for reviews of the hottest drama series. I have so many thoughts, so let's get into it. Before we jump into episode number 3, let's do a quick 60-second recap of Meh episode 2. Receiving the divorce papers from Muhib, Mubashira is rightfully outraged and seeks out to go find him to get some answers. But of course she can't find him because he's off marrying her best friend, the snake, Hina, and then he goes to his mother's house with the nerve to share the great news and receives a slap for it. Ayra's brother Amir goes missing after evening prayers, and she leaves the house to go find him and calls Zaid for help, and he does not hesitate to drop everything and leave Mubashira's house to help. They eventually find her brother at the hospital after suffering a heart attack. Now, Zaid is the MVP of this episode. He is there for Mubashira in her time of need, and he's also there for Ayra in her time of need as well when her brother goes missing. Now that we're all caught up, let's jump into episode number 3, which I'm calling The Shackles of Sin. So I've been eagerly anticipating and awaiting this confrontation between Mubashira and Mohib, and it just didn't give me what I wanted. It wasn't so satisfying. It's like Mubashira is a one-trick pony and all she knows how to do is just insult and talk about her wealth, which is how you got here in the first place, girl. Was anyone else disappointed? Let me know below in the comments. Just when I thought my opinion of Mohib couldn't get any lower, it has. He is a gaslighter. I can't believe that he has the nerve to stand there and be so shocked as to how Mubashir is acting and tell her father that she's clinically insane, knowing that he is the reason for her insanity at the moment. And he also uses information that she shared with him about her insecurity and why the anniversary party was so important to her by bringing up the fact that no matter how many times she gets married, that she'll always get divorced because that is what her brother Rayyan has always said to her. Now, Hina has been listening to this from the bedroom and decides to come out to protect Mohib. I don't know how she thought she was going to protect him when she's oh so scared of Mubashira. Part of me feels like she just wanted to be seen and for everyone to know that they were married now. My heart broke so much for Mubashira in that moment of realization when Mohib so kindly told her that Hina was now his wife. The betrayal, you could feel it. I could see it in her eyes. And what dug Hina's grave for me even more is the fact that Mubashira was stunned. She was silent. Hina did not try to speak up, to say, I'm sorry, to try to explain herself. She said absolutely nothing. Upon hearing that they're married, Mubashira clearly blacks out again and loses her mind and tries to go after Hina. And Mohib forgets himself. He forgets that he no longer has a relation with Mubashira. And even if he did, it is unacceptable to raise your hand or hit a woman. And our knight in shining armor comes in and saves the day. And Zaid stops Mohib. And they have this intense stare down. And of course, Zaid wins. Now, it's apparent to me that Rayyan and Mubashira do not have a close relationship because he's just been standing by observing everything. He has let his elderly father, sorry, Uncle Jafar, but you are old. He's let his elderly father jump in to hold back his daughter when his father was just seen by a doctor because of his high blood pressure. What are you doing, Rayyan? It's kind of obvious that you don't care about your sister's honor. If I were keeping score, and not saying that I am, but if I were, I'd say that Mohib is up by 2, Mubashira has 0. Let me know what your thoughts are below in the comments. Who do you think's actually successful in their quest for revenge? Meanwhile, at Mohib's house, Hina is losing her mind. Attack of conscience, as I'd like to think of it, is happening to her at this very moment. And she is freaking out at what Mubashira is going to do to the both of them. I was a bit confused, but I think now I'm gaining some clarity having listened to their conversation. It seems as though she was under the impression that when Mohib said that he would take care of things, that he was going to address this with Mubashira ahead of time, maybe to pave the way for their marriage and let her know what was going on. That's what I'm starting to think that was maybe Hina's expectation, but still, no justification for what she did to her childhood friend, her best friend, probably the only true friend that Mubashira actually has. No excuse. What do you all think? Do you think that was Hina's expectation that Mubashir was going to be aware prior to them getting married? Let me know in the comments. We then see Mubashira laying on the floor of her bedroom, still in her beautiful dress, just distraught, and replaying over things from that evening and from her relationships with Hina and Mohib. She's essentially just driving herself crazy, wallowing in pity, and it's disappointing for a Mubashira fan. We were introduced to this strong, resilient, at least so we thought, woman, and now she's kind of just defeated. She's allowing Mohib and Hina to get into her head and just make her so sad and depressed. And I don't like it. I like a fighting Mubashira. I don't like a depressed Mubashira. Mubashira has a very insightful and heartbreaking conversation with her dad where we understand that her mother abandoned her when she was 8 years old. And so she essentially has abandonment issues. Now she feels like her one true friend, Hina, has betrayed her. Her husband, that she loves so much, also betrayed her. And she just feels alone and doesn't understand why everyone she loves just leaves her. But just when I thought she was overcome with grief, she gets her fight back and lets her dad know she's not done with Muhib and they need to torture him to death. They then meet with her dad's lawyer because she wanted to file a case. In my head, I'm wondering, what kind of case can you file against this man for embarrassing you and wanting to divorce you? And the lawyer corroborated exactly what I was thinking. What is clear to me, though, is that Mubashira's condition is her father's fault. It looks like he coddled her and spoiled her to make up for the fact that her mother abandoned her at a young age and gave her everything she wanted. And now she's grown up to be a woman with an overbearing personality who says exactly what's on her mind and is borderline probably a narcissist because it seems like she only thinks about herself. Do you think Uncle Jafar contributed or is to blame for how Mubashira turned out? Let me know below in the comments. It appears that they were successful in getting Mubashira to see a psychiatrist. Don't know how much it's helping, but at least she's talking to someone. But on a more positive note, it looks like they started taking some action against Mohib, and they've been torturing him daily by having the police come to his house and take him to the police station where they make him sit around all day and then just send him home. I'm interested to see what becomes of this and how far they are going to take it. If I were Mohib, I would just give back everything that I ever accepted from them and whatever money's in my bank account and start over. So it appears that my assumptions were correct and that Mubashira and Rayyan do not have a close relationship. It appears as though they almost resent each other, or at least Rayyan resents Mubashira for being such a disruptive force in their household. So don't know what'll come of this. I doubt that they will become closer. We'll see. Speaking of Ryan, we need to pay attention to this. So, side note, we'll put a pin in it. But his interaction with Kashmala, something we definitely need to pay attention to. It looks like she has a crush on him. In episode 1, I was thinking that maybe he had eyes for her, but I think he's just a flirtatious guy. So we need to see where this is going to go and if he's going to take advantage of Kashmala's naive nature. I will say I don't see it going far because I don't know that Zaid has much respect for him in seeing that he did not step up when it came to Mubashira and Mohib. So, more to come. So, there's not much new going on with Ayra and her family. Her brother is recovering from the heart attack and he gets released and is back home now and making light of the situation. I think he's saying that, yeah, he has a little bit of stress at work, but not saying that it is Ira's fault. Not sure if anyone caught the side eye that Ira's sister-in-law gave her when she entered into the hospital room. Let me know if you noticed that as well, because I feel like that might be something that might come back later on. But Ira, she's still talking about getting a job. She's still whining about that. And her sister-in-law is still talking about getting her married and having someone else come to the house to meet her. So we haven't missed much there. Only new development is now that Zaid has said that Ira should come and work at his company. I don't know if I care for the idea of that. Let me know down below in the comments if you think it's a smart idea to mix business and pleasure, especially when it seems like Ira's holding back and isn't ready to commit to making it official and marrying Zaid. We unpacked a lot this episode. So until next time, I'll catch you in episode number 4 of Meh. Drama lover, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Thank you for watching Drama Spot Reviews.